Picture this. You're having a awful day at school. First off, in first period in English, your crazy English teacher keeps touching you with her baby hands that she thinks are so funny, but you just think they're really creepy because they are. And then you go to your next period, which is track, okay? And your coach makes you do 3 extra laps after he already told you to go home because he had a fight with his wife last night and he's really mad. And then third, you get home, you go hang out with your girlfriend, okay? She's mad at you now because you fell asleep because you're tired, while she was talking to you about how Becky totally stole her style because she was the first one to wear the yellow scrunchie. Then you finally get back home after all of this. You open the fridge to get a snack, nothing's there. Just some crumbs, maybe a little leftover keto concoction that your mom whipped up in her witch cauldron, okay? Then you go to the pantry, maybe there's food in there. Nothing, except one singular bag of tortilla chips, hovering just at eye level so enticingly. You want something so cold and creamy to go with this, but what can you make? This is where guacamole comes in. I'm going to be telling you how to make guacamole today, from my mouth to your kitchen to your mouth. Why should you trust my guacamole? Well, for starters, I've been making guacamole for 3 years, and beyond that, I've been alive for 17 years, which means I've been eating guacamole for about 14 years. So I'd say I'm pretty reliable when it comes to this topic. I'll have you guacking it like you talk it, just like the Migos. Ingredients is our first topic. What's going to go into your fabulous guacamole? First, you're going to need 3 avocados of any size, slightly soft but not squishy. No discolorations, and they're going to be about $1 to $5. If you're into that organic stuff, you can always go to Whole Foods, but just a warning, that's going to be definitely towards that $5 range. Next, we have garlic. Make sure nobody that's eating this is a vampire. That could end poorly. You're going to need 1 head, which is going to include about 6 to 8 cloves, which to get the cloves, you cut off the top of the head, which is the bigger whole garlic, and then you peel it back, and there you go. You got about 8 cloves, and all you need is 2. You're going to want that to be as fresh as possible. You're going to want it to be white, obviously, firm, no discolorations, and it can be any size. $1 to $4 is how much that's going to cost you, and again, Whole Foods for organic. Next, we have Roma tomatoes, straight from Italy, okay? These are going to be the oblong tomatoes, not the normal circle ones. They're fancy. You're going to need 2 of those at any size, and they're going to be as bright as possible, no discolorations, and also firm. You're going to want to be able to press in with your thumb no more than 1 centimeter. That's how you know it's a perfect tomato. They're going to be about $1 to $4. Next, we have lime, not the scooters, but the fruit, where you're going to need 1, and it's going to be slightly soft as well. Scratch it with your fingernail. Make sure you smell that citrus. They need to be green with some yellow, but actually really good limes have a little bit of yellow and are not completely green. That means they're a little bit past ripe, which is best. And they're going to be $1 to $5. Next, we have jalapenos. You're just going to need 1, and it's optional. Some people can't take the heat, but if you can, I highly suggest you throw some of these in there. You're going to want one that's firm and about 4 to 6 inches long. Any color will do. Flavor does not change with the color, so get some orange ones. Make some Astros guacamole. There you go. They're going to be $1 to $3, and again, for all of these things, Whole Foods for organic. And next is going to be onions. You're going to need half an onion, but I mean, nobody buys half an onion, so you got to get a full one, unfortunately. It can be any size. It's just got to be firm, have that dry, papery skin, and it's got to be white. No pink onions. That could change the flavor a bit. No sprouts or discolorations because onions are a root, so they could have sprouts coming off of them. And then those are going to be about $2 to $4. Just make sure and remove the skin before you put it in the guacamole. That is not a good feeling. And finally, our non-fresh ingredients. We're going to have half a teaspoon of sea salt. You probably have that at home already, just a salt shaker works. And 3 tablespoons of cilantro. You can buy cilantro fresh, but I typically don't because it's a lot easier to just get the little plastic box, throw it right in there. Much easier than having to chop it all up and everything like that. Now, into the kitchen. Time to get our hands dirty and get that guacamole going. So, first we're gonna pit your avocados. You're just gonna wanna cut those in half, stick the knife into the spoon, or into the seed, and just pull it right out. And then with a spoon, you're gonna wanna scoop the green squishy part out of the hard brown skin and throw that in your bowl. Next, we're gonna mash up that avocado with a fork. It will take a while, but just get it from chunky to real smooth. Next, dice the tomatoes, cut them up into quarters, and don't slice them just into slices like this, like a whole tomato. Don't do that. That takes way too long and it's really hard actually, surprisingly. So cut it up into smaller pieces and then go to work dicing them up. Next, you're gonna cut your onion. So you're gonna wanna cut the ends off, peel off all the skin, and then just rotate it and keep dicing. Same thing with the jalapeno, cut it up into halves, chop it up, dice it up, there you go. And remove the inside if you don't want the spice or don't want as much spice. And next you're gonna chop up your cilantro if you bought it fresh. You're just going to want to get the leaves, no stems. That is a very bad taste. Tastes kind of like grass. You don't want that. Cilantro does not taste like grass. Next, you're going to want to mince the garlic. Mincing is just fancy dicing, okay? Nothing special. Just cut up your cloves. Again, just rotate and chop them up into small pieces. Then you're going to want to juice your lime into the bowl. So make sure the big circular part is facing down where the holes are in the juicer. Otherwise, you get juice everywhere. I have learned that from experience. And then finally, we're gonna get salty. So just, throw in some salt, that's all. And then you're gonna throw it all together in the bowl and mix it up and refrigerate it. And now you're ready to enjoy. Congratulations, in about 10 minutes, you had the perfect snack. Thank you.